Southwest Indiana is home to 4 of the worst polluting coal-fired power plants in the nation, the kind the Paris Agreement could push towards retirement. In cooperation with the Center for Public Integrity, we headed there to check out what it is like to live among them. We're inside the guts of one of the biggest coal-fired power plants in the nation. Some people would call it a super polluter. What are we looking at?
We're looking at everything from our CO2 emissions to NOx, SO2, our opacity, all the way down through our mercury.
This is the Rockport coal-fired power plant in southwest Indiana. When the plant was down for a scheduled outage, plant manager Tim Kearns brought us behind Rockport's highly secured gates for an exclusive tour. This is where it all starts?
It is. This is one of our 2 barge unloaders. This is where we unload coal.
Rockport's constant stream of coal also means a constant stream of pollution. And it's not just them. According to an investigation by the Center for Public Integrity, in 2014, 22 facilities they call super polluters, industrial sites in the top 100 of either greenhouse gas or toxic air emissions, were on both lists. Of those 22, 4, including Rockport, are in southwest Indiana. Rockport is in the middle of a massive project to reduce its emissions. What is the reason as a company you all are working to reduce emissions that are coming out of this plant?
It was a lawsuit by the government that we ultimately resolved in a consent decree. So a lot of it is driven by regulations. How our plants operate, though, and which plants we continue to operate, is being changed dramatically by economics as well.
You didn't mention public health. Does that come into your equation at all?
It's definitely a concern of ours. In a plant like Rockport, the employees live in this community. We want a healthy community here. We want to be in compliance with limits that are designed to protect public health. Rockport
says it's abiding by all relevant regulations and is a good neighbor. But there are some local residents who aren't so sure living near any super polluter is healthful. What brings you guys here today?
Brentley has been sick with sinus infections and things. He woke up yesterday morning from his nap around 3 with his eyes matted shut and things, so hoping to get that taken care of today.
Brentley's parents have brought him to this pediatric practice over 50 times, and he's only 2. Dr. Norma Kryline says she sees cases like his every day.
Here you go.
You did it. Good job. So, doctor, what do we got going on here?
Well, Brentley's kind of typical of a lot of kids that I see. Parents in particular would voice when they moved into the area that they've never been as sick as when they lived here. In fact, for 20 years, I could give you a geographical boundary of the snot zone.
Snot zone, that's what you call it?
It corresponded literally to the zone of the concentration of power plants in the Midwest.
Studies have made a direct connection between air quality and infant mortality. Dr. Kryline suspects super polluters contribute to Indiana's infant mortality rate, tied for 5th highest in the nation, and in the county where she practices, the highest in Indiana, but she can't say what the cause is for sure. That's because this is where the Indiana Department of Environmental Management has placed its air quality monitors. And around some super polluters, there aren't many. So when you hear people push back by saying, well, we don't know for sure if it's the power plants or it's the emissions around here or it's the tractors and farm equipment, I mean, I can see you getting just pissed when I'm saying that.
Yes.
It's upsetting.
They don't have to take care of these kids. And it's not even the illness so much, because it's the deliberate nature of not putting monitors in the most polluted part of the country. When you don't have monitoring, you don't have data.
I think she's absolutely right. I mean, we've even considered moving out of the state because of the pollution. I was born and raised in southern Indiana, and we're ready to leave because we don't want our children sick.
The Indiana Department of Environmental Management told us the toxic air quality monitors that used to be in southwest Indiana didn't show high values, so they were relocated. As for the future of coal-fired power plants, with or without the Paris Agreement, industry representatives like the ones we met at Rockport insist that market forces like cheap natural gas, renewable energy will lead to the eventual retirement of plants like the ones that we saw. But critics like Dr. Kryline say that day cannot come soon enough, Katie.
Didn't show high values. Jacob, you cannot help but feel for that doctor and feel for that family and that poor child.
It's a tough situation there, Katie.
Jacob Soboroff, thank you very much.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.